Greetings, everyone. People, I want you to listen to me, okay? Listen very carefully. My heart is broken right now. I'm very hurt. And the reason why I'm hurt is because no matter what I say about my people, I still love them, okay? Jamaica is home for me. There's a lot of stuff that I would want to share about my life here in Canada, but wisdom calls for me to be very cautious about some of the things that I say. Okay. And so I hold it down and I wait until the Spirit give me permission to speak. And so that is one of the reasons why I'm so heartbroken, because I know what it's like to live in this country. I know what it's like as a Black woman, some of the things that I've experienced in this country. And when I go home on vacation and I see people from around the world come to enjoy our space, I feel happy that they can. Except sometimes I look at it and think, the privileges that are granted to someone's are denied to us. And even when we make up a space and we work to build that space, the respect is never really granted. But in our places of birth, when individuals come there, they get automatic respect, which in general, that's how it should be. But some of the ones that are getting respect in our, spaces give you complete disrespect in theirs. Okay. Now I'm going to say this. I'm in my garden and it's raining, and I had to step out of my house because I'm vibing on some low frequency because I'm so upset. I needed to go outside and ground myself. And when I got outside and I see how the rain beat down on the flowers and break some of my roses and stuff like that, it just helped me understand how I am feeling. Because as women, as African women, as Black women, we always want to stand behind our men and support our men. A lot of times our men tend to not be as loyal to us as we are to them, but we still stay and we push regardless of the things that they do to us. We stand by them, we support them. And those of us who have good king men that stand beside us, we give thanks. But many of us know what it's like to deal with these waste men, deal with some of these men who have victimized us repeatedly. This is why you see this horrible thing in America with the Black men and the Black women against each other. And I've always not understood that, always wonder why the women have to be so vicious against them and why the men have to be so vicious. But here is one example. Our women cannot defend our men and stand by them because they often put us to shame. Okay, before this video ends, I just want to shout out to Shanique World, and I hope if anybody knows her, you can tag this. I am very hurt and very angry about what's happening to you, Shanique. For putting your camera in Mokko's face and allowing him to speak. And all of a sudden, the man is speaking. You never said anything in those videos. You just gave him the opportunity to speak his truth and to advertise his next channel. And now, all of a sudden, Shanique, you are the enemy. How did you get to be so caught up in this? And I'm not going to stand by and allow them to demonize this young lady. Some guy has her face put up on his channel, pandering to the man who Mokko was talking about. Mokko opened his mouth. He's an adult. He speaks his truth in more than one video. And every time this man comes out to speak, everybody else get punished if they speak on it. How does this girl in a country like Jamaica, where we know how violent they are towards women, this Rastaman has the audacity to open his mouth and say all these negative things about this young lady? All she did was hand the camera to this man to speak. She has nothing to do with him being disgruntled, because no one could come between that man and Matthew. Absolutely no one. The man speak for himself. And every time someone gives him a platform to speak, all of a sudden these women are being dragged. This is why us as women, a lot of us do not stand up and support Black men, because they put us to shame. First of all, a lot of them are cowards. Okay? And as women, a lot of us look at our men and we are ashamed of our men, because every other man in the world, they're out there standing like men, and ours standing up like they have no phallic symbol with their hand between their crotch like women. They don't stand up in the battle. They don't stand up and show us as women that we can respect them. And I'm not talking about all our men. Of course not. We have our great men who command respect and we love them and we support them. But there are too many of our men that are such cowards. And this is why other men from other race will continue to dominate them and rule over them. This is why nobody is respecting them. Even though they are men, they don't have this thing, this mentality to sit around the table and command the respect like the Asian, like the European, like the Hispanic, like all these other men who sit at the table. They have a seat at the table and they show that they belong. I'm so mad, people. I'm so upset. The young lady did not do anything wrong. She allowed the man to speak, and now all of a sudden she's the problem. In a place in Jamaica, like Jamaica, where they don't respect women, where women are, like they're hunted. Young girls and women in Jamaica are hunted. Okay, imagine people with no brain cells thinking that this young lady deliberately sabotaged a relationship between two adults, two men. They're gonna blame her. How is Shanique problem? It's not her problem. She didn't do anything. In the first video, all she did, she let the man speak. She didn't even speak on it. All she did was let him speak and went about her business in her video. And in the second video, she was actually saying to the man, well, you guys have a great relationship. It'd be nice for you guys to work it out. So how is it now we are finding out that this young lady is being, at the center of this problem between these two men? There are so many videos online where the gentleman have said, I am not happy, this is happening to me. And every video that I've ever done, I've done these videos because of what I hear this man saying. And I'm thinking, as an African woman, as a woman who's married to a Rastafarian man, I felt bad for him. And I came out to defend him, which is right. It's the right thing to do if you're supposed to be a woman who love your man and love your race. You're going to defend. But we can't defend our men. They will put us to shame. I'm ashamed of a lot of our men. When I listen to this man like a big sissy, it's almost like he wants to kiss the derriere of this other person. A man, your own woman, okay? On one hand, he's saying one thing, and on the other hand, he's saying something else. I don't know, he's pandering to what? But at the end of the day, what really made me angry is that he's putting the girl out there. He's putting her on blast. And there are a lot of ignorant people in Jamaica who don't understand these things. You see, our people, when anything happens, for example, with the visas the other day, they're so angry and so bitter that they didn't get visa to come to Canada. They never were going to ever get a visa to come here. But all of a sudden, they're so mad. When it clearly shows that the visas are not denied to Jamaican. The rule is that those who already hold visas in these parts would not have to renew. I'm so upset, people. And I don't like to speak when I'm so angry. I'm at the verge of tears because I'm seeing what the problem is with our people, and that we'll continue to be abused. We'll continue to find ourselves in the dark place because we don't recognize ourselves. Our love for self and country is lacking. And our willingness and our ability to just turn on each other so easily is very scary. This is why I say you would never catch me going out to march. Time to time I'd go in defense of individuals. But when I watch this situation, trust me, the only reason why I don't regret putting up those videos, and I said I was going to take them down, the only reason why I don't regret it is because Spirit spoke to me. It came to me. I was specially led to it. And when I look and see, it was coordinating with the time that I said in my first video that all this thing was going to come to a head. So I had to address it. But I am going to say that the general theme of this video is to say that as Black women, we can't be loyal to you. We can't be loyal to a lot of these men. A lot of our women cannot defend you. A lot of us can't, put our trust in you. A lot of us can't, expect that we're going to be protected by you. You will always turn against your own. You will always, throw us to the fire. Shani, you did nothing wrong. And if you're saying to yourself, how did I get so mixed up in all of this? How did I get to be the problem when all the man was speaking? I'm just going to say that if there's anybody who is here for you and thinking of you and praying for your safety, I am here. And I'm going to say what they're doing and dragging your name and being disrespectful towards you, it is not right. Okay, it's not right. But when we look at these things as women, we have to remember, we have to mark these things. And, they say you sleep to mark death. When people have their problems, let them go deal with it. Don't use your platform to let them speak their truth about anything. You just mind your own business. Do your own thing. Bless up yourself and support your family, because you never know, your intention, your good intention might turn out to be something that is very negative. It is very scary, but that is the kind of men that we have, that as women we are, not able to feel proud of. This is the kind of attitude most of our men have, in pandering to other men, acting like they are not men too. It's a shame and it's a disgrace. Bless up yourself, everybody.